Right, hi everyone. Paul down at CCRV, where we sell fifth wheels. Right, these are just 5 helpful tips that over the years have come to mind of things you really shouldn't do in your RV because it's unsafe or they don't work right. It just causes you hassle, to be fair. The number one that we're going to say is do not drink the water from the tank. These hold 40-50 gallons of fresh water, and you can actually fill them up if you're not on a fully serviced pitch. Fill a tank up, but if you put it in storage, if you're not living in it full time, you know, the water can get contaminated with all sorts of things. All of them have a water filter that actually will remove junk, grit, sand, whatever gets in there, bugs, but all sorts of bacteria. I don't know, what's it called, legionnaires or something? Yeah, and other things that you can get in water. So we always say to folks, really you should use bottled water, or even if you take it straight out of the tap. Maybe if you boil it, it'd be okay, but our first suggestion is do not drink from this in your RV. Right, number 2 tip. If you're on a fully serviced pitch or you're using a tote, this is a water container that, or waste container that you can use to take stuff away. The old planes are taking off over here. So probably, oh, there we go. See that, Dave? The old plane's taking off. I think that's a radar one. All the jets just took off earlier. Right, back to the video. Right, if you're on a fully serviced pitch and the waste comes from here into a manhole, you haven't really got a problem, right? But the main thing is you've got to do is not leave. This is the black and the grey. So the grey is the water, which is a shower, hand basin, that sort of thing. The black is the toilet. You mustn't leave the black gate open, because what will happen, the solids will stay in the tank. So the minute you open that, the fluid, whatever's in there, will come out and go into the tank or go down there. The solids will be a lot slower. So what we suggest is that you let the tank build up at least half full with waste. Sometimes I say to folks when they buy them, now and again, tip a gallon of water down there. They hold 45 gallons. But if you get a bucket of water or get a hose or something like that and just put a gallon of water down into the tank is about that deep, 5-6 feet wide, 4 feet wide, and then about 6 feet long, which goes in between this gap here. So it's quite a shallow tank, and you will get, where the toilet goes and the waste pipe goes, you will get a poo mountain. It will end up like that if you don't keep enough fluid in there, which will block the toilet. So what we suggest is you keep that shut, let it fill halfway, let it go. This is a tote which you use if you're not on a fully serviced pitch. You take it off to the Elson point, the waste point, wherever you're going to dump it, manhole. But that's number 2 tip. Right, number 3 tip, the boiler. Now in these boilers they have an anode rod, which is here. Right, now that on your annual servicing or every couple of years, depending on use, you really want to check that. Pull it out. If it looks as if it's all corroded and gone, then you need to replace it. Some people replace them with a nylon bung or a bolt or something. Them anode rods are in there for a reason. They take the corrosion out of the tank. It's an electrolysis type thing. If you've got a metal boiler, it stops it rusting. So they're quite important to keep the correct things in the boiler, otherwise it will just reduce the life of the boiler. Some of these as well have a little switch here. You know, look at this one. This one is on, right? You see that on off? You got to make sure that's off, really, unless you're going to use it, because what will happen is as soon as you plug it into the mains, on some of them this will switch on and burn the little immersion heater straight out. So that's another little tip there, just so that's 3.5, that one. Right, so that's a little thing on your boiler. Also on the boiler, a little bit of boiler maintenance. You can take the anode rod out, let it come out, and you'll see all the lime scale and all this sort of stuff will come out of that boiler. So a good bit of boiler maintenance, but that's a tip on your boiler. Remove this. What size socket's that, Dave? 24 mil or something, but it'll be an imperial size because they're American. But take it out, let all the water come out, you'll see all the lime scale come out, keep the boiler clean, stops the taps all blocking up. Right, let's get on to number 4. These fridges, some are 12 volt, some are 12 volt 120, and they all work on compressors. Now, none of these fridges are designed to be running at any angles. So if you're traveling, this must be switched off. I believe 5 to 6 hours. If there's meat or food in there, if you switch it off and you don't open the door, they're good for about 5 hours. So that's the tip there. You mustn't travel with these fridges on. What can happen is, if they're automatic and they'll go onto gas, it can draw the flame up. If the flame ignites, it can draw the flame up through the tunnel and cause a fire. So that is a fire hazard. And the main thing is that the compressors are not designed to run at any angles or changing at angles. They have to be on the flat, otherwise that will reduce the life of the fridge. Right, we're on number 5. Well, before I get onto it, can you just please like and subscribe to the channel? Build them old subscriptions up. As you know, we're donating what we take to the Life Better Station once a year, and we could do a video because we're going down in May to tally up what we've made. It's not a lot of money, but what we've made, and then we're going to donate it to Lifeboat. So like and subscribe, help us get the old channel going. Right, this is number 5. It's a sort of routine maintenance type thing, but it does get overseen. We've got a customer, and Dave's got some pictures on his phone that we'll put in the video of what happens if you don't lubricate certain parts of the RV, particularly on the slides. So if you get under there, Dave, and just have a little look, and we can just show folks what we've got. You see that cog where the slide runs in and out? What happens is you can get water and salt and all sorts of stuff in them cogs, and then eventually it will seize up, and it will seize up. So that rack and pinion goes backwards and forwards on there. So it's a simple job to just get under there with a bit of grease once a year, and then give it a little squirt up, and then you'll be fine. So that's your 5 tips on the RVs. If anyone out there can think of any good ideas that I can pass on to the folks that watch these videos, please give me a comment and we'll make a video on it. We're here to help everybody, and so if everybody joins in, let's get the whole RV'ers all working. All right, thanks for watching. Can you just please like and subscribe to the channel? Build them old subscriptions up. Thanks for watching.